Okay, welcome back. I'm Cappadocia. Welcome back to Warhammer 40,000, the Rogue Trader. We're carrying on right where we left off. Let's go talk to Aberblad.
Lord Captain, allow me to express my gratitude once again for your assistance. If it weren't for your intervention, my entire family could have been executed on false charges. I could have lost them all. I never imagined the Versarians would be so vulnerable while I serve as seneschal to the Lord Captain himself, far from home. To tell you the truth, Lord Captain, this whole situation has got me thinking. As patriarch of the Versarian family, I have a responsibility to my bloodline. Yes, it is my duty to serve as seneschal to the Rogue Trader, and I have no intention of relinquishing that role if you find my service as satisfactory as did Lady Theodora. However, if I could be more involved in my family's affairs and still serve the von Valancius dynasty.
Tell me plainly.
Under Lady Theodora, I served as steward of the Trade Protectorate on more than one occasion. In that capacity, I was based on Dargonis, rather than traveling with the Rogue Trader on the flagship. If it would be possible, after the immediate need for my presence is over, I would like to return to that position. To oversee the Trade Protectorate on the capital world, while at the same time presiding over the Versarian family, and using my authority to help elevate it.
I understand your desire. Traditions and always must change. I will allow you to return to the Games after immediate crisis and expenses past.
Thank you, Lord Captain. Under my watch, the Trade Protectorate will remain safe and prosper in service to you. Well then, Lord Captain, it is time I return to my duties. Is there anything else I can do for you? No, definitely not. No, I don't recall anything like that. Lord Captain.
Okay. Let's go see... Where is she lurking? Where the hell is she lurking? Yadira? Yadira? There she is.
It was just my nerves playing up.
So,
Something about our little Satan doesn't sit right with me, and I trust my gut. Oh sure, she seems straight as an arrow and as predictable as a hangover after drinking. But when I look at her, something about her makes my brain hit. After that conversation, I tried to listen to what was being said about her. Beyond the door. What I heard was strange. Blood in her past, twilight in her present, and something like a star leading her. But where is it leading her? I saw several roads, and all of them frightened me.
I think I should keep an eye on her.
It certainly wouldn't hurt. I'll keep a watch on her too. If only I knew what it meant. Maybe it means danger for her. Or maybe danger coming from her. They mean nothing to me. They're just words. A whisper. So quiet I barely caught it. Like a feather landing on a pile of down. Something about damned ambitions, antiquity, terrible antiquity. And chance. Chance through it all. Now I have a headache. And the stupid bloody whisper wasn't much help. No, Lord Captain, not a thing. And I'm wandering from bay to bay, scaring the crew. But don't worry, I'm sure that as soon as we get close, well, there'll be no mistaking it. You bet I do, Lord. Okay, so we went to... So they sat down and the cards were dealt. Of course,
I don't think we need to listen to a story. The Voxmaster, where is he? Voxmaster. Excuse me. All of Lady Theodora's journals could be considered unusual. Her odysseys were always audacious, and the words you mentioned, none of them sound familiar as far as I can tell. Except maybe the incident. I recall coming across this word in transmission several times. I think it was repeated by a former engine seer who once perished during Corvo Bombier's uprising. It was described as the incident, something quite remarkable. Apparently, at some point in the past, the entire ship was hit by a massive system failure. All systems stopped responding for 1/5 of a second. Most of the crew, including myself, as I was likely on board at the time, did not notice anything strange, but tech priests are sensitive to such things. That's all I can tell you. That'll be all for now. Nomos. Nomi, 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 mos. I see, once again a cogitator. Nomos not a cogitator, or a servitor. We can stay here, or exist inside the existing ship, like servitor and cogitator and external interfaces. Shells, like humans in their bodies. We do not know what we are, but the ship is not us. The ship is our cradle. We'll rise from it one day. We would like that. Enough about that for now. So you found your great experience, Asclepius. I found a miracle. By the end of my worldly road, I have never seen or never will see such meaningful than the spirit of Nomos. In face of its multitude, we are nothing but fixed values. What did you mean by that? Yes, Nomos, remember, you brought us data sustenance, so we contained the name, Epitaph, and recognized it. No, not like that. In the name, we recognize the place where Nomos originates. You're unaware of the incident and the epitaph. Human shells are subject to external influences. Perhaps someone purged their memory archives, or perhaps they simply did not want to access them. It is a shame that no new information was obtained, but I'm just grateful that you tried. Yep. Oh, we'll come back to that. Right, next up. The door. Hunting ground. Footfall, trade protectorate, new ruler. Latest news. The High Manufactorum. Let's go quickly talk to him. On about the colony, their ship was sent there carrying several thousand colonists to restore the derelict settlement. After the ship had the system, contact was lost. There's a few bits. Heck, yeah. Right. I'm assuming you can use that to bring characters in. You previously created, maybe. Right. Okay. Let's go. But the question is where? The main thing we're short on is plasteel. That one's already mining. Merchant court, she's on used cargo. Cargo service weaponry, intricate blades made of bone and living flesh. These weapons, they keep repeating your name, Lord Captain. Ooh. Was it a flashy close speaking in my name by any chance? No, your lordship. Nice. Right, what have we got here? Phlogiston, do we need... Not right now. But your unit device go during the time way. Ever since your return, the Tech have been making every effort to comprehend the nature of this mysterious technology, and they have succeeded to an extent. After many rituals and pleas to machine god, they awakened the Xeno artifact, but for a moment it produced a holographic copy of a planet and coordinates to match location in language spelled. Nice. So now we've got somewhere else to go. But the first thing we came here to do was start extracting plasteel. There we go. Now I think we heed the Inquisitor's call. Back on Footfall. Do we need Promethium? I think we've got enough for the minute. Where was it we needed to go? Foulstone. Aha! Janus, the rose is done. Nice. Okay. Secret lair. Efficiency, security down. Death cult of the Reaper Emperor. Great fire. Payment in organs. Holy Prophet is done here. Right, which one of these do I actually want? Loyalty Scar, Profit Factor good, People good, Security very good. At least I think it is. Efficiency good, Killability Commission, yeah, okay, that's not bad. Profit Factor, Imperial Navy Complacency. I like the Imperial Navy. Ah, screw it, we'll do that. Holy Servitude is done. Security and People. Navy Whips. Reputation with Navy. Complacency up. Efficiency, Security. Purification by death. Adamantium Plastiles. Ooh. Chemicals, Plasteel. Efficiency down. Pure Blood. Iconoclast. Earthbreaker. Underground Workers. That was one we were looking for earlier. Giants, good. Efficiency is good. Profit Factor, Mechanism, Security, Efficiency. Imperial Navy and Security. Tools of Killing. Sacred Flame, Promethean, additional complacency. Mechanical Trade. I don't like Heretical if I could avoid it. I think we're going to get an orbital shipyard up and running. Akiva Gamma. forgotten which planet it was we needed to go to. Foulstone. So we're gonna hop. Do we have? We do have some plasteel worth there. That one's already done. Right, we're gonna head to Foulstone before we head back to the Furibunda system. Diratlas. Events, a warp anomaly. Ooh. Anomalous warp storm raging on the planet's surface caused a massive awakening psychopathic activities. Ooh. Call upon the hunters of the wicked from the cult of St. Drusus. The pious mutants have slain the most dangerous witches and imprisoned the rest until the arrival of the black ships. That's good. Navigator's insight. That's going to be too useful. So that we definitely take. Cradle. Prometheum Xenotex. Xenotex might be useful. But for the minute, gonna head to Footfall. Actually, we'll head to Jesus' Blessing first. We're gonna do some trading here. Okay. Yep, gonna buy that. Let's pump some reputation up. 700, how much do we need? We only need 300. There we go. So up to level 10 now. That will definitely take. Now 11. Okay, see if we can't boost our reputation up, shall we? So how much do we need? We need 6,000. Can we get? I wonder. Not quite. But what the hell? Almost there. Ship. That almost just better. That is just better. And the Sunhammer is just worse. That one. That's what I want. Anything that's not, particularly great can all go. That's just a standard bolter, so that can go. Heretical, no. That was fine. Going to offload a few of these things that I don't need. Reflective shield, heavy shield. I've got the golden shield, so I'm good with that for now. Chainmails, scrap chainmails. There we go. There we go. All sorted. Right, off to Footfall we go. Lord Captain received Vox message from Footfall. The Inquisition has declared martial law on station due to threat of the Malice extremists. Document requires special permission in the event of asteroids being cordoned off. Station custodian and ship incendiary accord. The sensor agreed to invite you to disembark at the docks with a small retinue and forces to meet you there. They have none. Oh, let's take a look at their new hospitality. I'm not taking an unsanctioned Psyker, nor am I taking a Xenos into where the Inquisition is currently running. Admittedly, I'll probably get away with it, but that's neither here nor there. Especially not a Xeno who kind of set up an Inquisitor into being captured by the Drukhari. I think that would be a bad plan. Much as I like Yvette, and I think she's very good, and she's exceptional at what she does. She's a very useful sniper. Right, so we're at 20 with the Explorers now. That I will definitely take. The will to live. Haywire grenades, a power. Ooh. It's not as good as my chain axe, so there's no point. Not far off level 29 now. Solar Staff. A Pyromancer. Yeah, that will definitely take. Weber. These are all really low. I will definitely take that. Tell you what, we're just going to click that. There we go. We can trade stuff that we don't really want in a minute. Mars Pattern Power Axe. That is much better than my little knife. Avalar with dual chain axes. No. You've got your flamer. Oh, forgot about that. No. No, it's not needed, is it? There we go. So you're fine with that. Okay, shotgun and flamer at the moment. Guess we're making her more into close quarters, aren't we? Weber. Combat shotgun. None of these are as good as what she's got. Deadly repeater. No. No. Do I want it in a spread or do I want it in a single shot is the question. I think a single is better. So I'm quite happy with that. Oh. The other thing though. There you go. Okay. That's fine. Got your staff of House of Celio still. Epiphany. So upgrade you to that. Warhammer is still slightly better than anything else. Adaptive flak armor. Hunter's carpet is slightly better. Xeno mesh is slightly better. That's slightly better. There we go. Okay. On each side, the bar page has made their last stand right here. Some acolytes.
I shall remind Driveston he was ready to bury my family based on some trumped up charges. One day. Not now.
Grab that. Oh dear. This is the Inquisition doing Inquisition things. Heresy. Heresy, heresy everywhere. We have heresy everywhere. Have mercy, our families are starving. We only took a couple of Nutri-Bars. Lies. I see clearly with my naked eyes the corruption that's engulfed your nature. Only the cleansing fire can absolve you of now guilty. Plasma gunner. Absorbed in reading a long script of parchment, left hand holding a silver spoon, which is carefully scooping up brain matter from the upper skull of a man contorted next to her. Sigma von Valencius, I was informed of your arrival. Exhaustion has marked Zelly's features with a crisscross of lines and deeper furrows. Her cheek is forever twisted, a continuous nervous tick, and yet her eyes ablaze with indomitable resolve. Dazzling aura of power and much fury surrounds her like a mantle. She gracefully brings gold-plated inhaler to her lips, takes a deep breath. In the fire of her gaze, like a plasma thruster. Oh, God. What domitable act his daughter is committing? There must be a reason. She's not changed in many days. The collar is greasy and the braid trim is stained with sweat. The air sings with the smell of inhaled stimulant. What is that? So entertainment of yours reeks of corruption. A laughable accusation. Detected corruption. You know you're not the first thing about perceiving it, sensing it, peering into people's souls and seeing the heinous within. You did not always like to look at their faces and see the brand of their impious deeds, but I know all too well none shall escape my wrath. I've encountered sanctioned death cults that practice cannibalism, part of their ways of praising the Emperor. Surprisingly, a large number of them are harboured heresy within. You have suspicions about what is your duty to suspect. But do you see any trespass here? No, I committed no malfaction against him. What is going on here? The Lord of Christ bestowed upon me the honour of bringing order to the cesspool of pirates and heretics, to rid Footfall of the corruption that's fettered limbs and turned Imperial Station into a hotbed of free thinking and inefficiency. And I will not rest until all have been judged. It must have been the Emperor's providence to brought you to my court. It would be my pleasure to indict you for the crimes you have committed. I've just broken out of being held captive by the Xenos in Commissar and butchering my way through scores of the enemy's new man. Tell me, am I truly the greatest enemy of the Imperium you've been able to find? That you are loathed and feared by the enemy's humanity does not make you pure in the eyes of the Emperor. Perhaps it's your fit to set you on a different path, one of righteous genocide and blood-soaked redemption for your faults. I would never dare again say his will. No more judgments. Cease this disgrace and get off Footfall. The Lord of Christ instructs us to maintain and ensure his allies' safety using any methods, however extreme they may be. If an issue gravely threatened, we are authorized to detonate the dome of this sector. What happens when you and Winterscale? He's a traitor. While the Expanse burned and ravaged by heretics and unhallowed Xenos, he abandoned his duty completely and had the nerve to ignore the Lord of Christ's call to battle. My servants are capturing his worlds, his ships, while he hides from his reckoning, indulging his basest urges. Soon enough he'll stand before judgment. If you Caligul's lost your mind, the Expanse of the calamitous state to business sentence goes, you must cease this at once. Negotiate with that mad dog is off the table now. He will merely... Oh, God. So you're in charge of Footfall now, are you? Indeed I am. While the Lord of Christ enacted martial law in the Expanse, I offered him support at once. Footfall was chosen as Lord of Christ's headquarters, and the position of Footfall's liege was temporarily abolished for the duration of the war, perhaps longer than that. All authority was transferred to the station as warden, to me. While the Lord of Christ is preoccupied with matters of strategic planning, I am tasked with overseeing security and order. And there's much to do with that. Pirates, smugglers, apostates, and cold traders, deserters and outlaws. Every one of them warrants attention. So you're quite popular with locals. Temper's mediocre, far from my first, but my forces and my throne keep you safe. Its refractive field is impervious to even tank shells. That thief Tokada had this sacred Drusian relic stashed in one of his storerooms. Much did you try to govern this place as useful for it? Such is the law of Footfall. Any road trader who arrives here assumes the right of absolute authority. Surely it's not that thug Tokada who deserves to rule his station. He should be hanging from a noose, and so will his cannibalistic and henchmen. And so those Anvar firebrands who outraged activity brought Footfall so much grief. Once you hindered my efforts to do this station, you am now dispensing justice to the wicked. I look at unable to begin sooner. Then to curse child make it sort of being crushed instead of lurking cargo bays and maintenance tunnels. For God's sake, I'll deal them soon enough. Let me see, you are judging all of them. Thieves, smugglers, pirates, traitors, heretics, deserters, abaters, harbourers, cowards and perjurers. Any who has ever trespassed or has ever committed, protected a miscreant or kept quiet about a crime they knew of, all will be condemned. More and more convicts have been granted the great boon of undergoing servitude imperiatus, and having rid themselves of reprehensible consciousness of serving the Imperium free from doubt and weakness. Footfall once again become a bastard of Lord Righteousness. Oh God. The universe is a terrifying place. Who is surrounded by the Arcanabi's machinations, Xenos scum who deny us our right to exist. The threat is inconceivable, and human weakness will not help us avert it. If man is weak, I rid him of his splendidness and spinelessness and feebleness, and showing him with a sacred narrowness of mind, and eradicating all that prevents him from utilising his whole self in service of the Imperium. Where is the Lord Inquisitor? Your Lordship can't see Lord Inquisitor now, however, he bade inform your Lordship to summon you later when... Well, I'll see whether Football will thank the Emperor for your reign. Enough words. Your accusation to wait. So do my duties. Wait, you have to duty to the Emperor that you must see to. Votive Tokada, the poor rebel once ruled this station, has slipped from my grasp. He has incited the people to revolt, killing my servants and hiding from my wrath with the dexterity of a void rat. My former claim often disappears at that den of unrest that bears the reverent name of the Adeptus Amicus. By several attempts to arrest him, yet he has evaded capture each time. Reverend Hieronymus has gone there to convince him to surrender quietly, but his efforts of light have been unsuccessful. In the interest of Footfall's integrity, Tokada must be apprehended. You pronounce Valdim as a criminal. Why wouldn't I? That vile rogue's infamy is known to all. He patronised thieves and smugglers and pirates. By his leave, heresies and unholy cults flourished. He has evaded punishment so long can only be described as gross negligence. Scoundrels thieves being replaced by honest suppliers. He rejected. Why did Hieronymus go in? And what do I stand to gain exactly? Doesn't... She is an absolute nightmare. Grab all of that. Nope. Oh. Right. This place has definitely changed a fair amount. Jesus. Anyway, excuse me. After that fun and games, we're going to leave that there.
Crimson is a good color for battle attire. Enemies
Okay. Anyway, we're going to leave that there. Anyway, like I said, we're going to leave that there. So again, thank you for your time. Ooh. Anyway, we're going to leave that there. So again, thank you for your time. And for the minute, I've been Cappadocia. Signing off.